Prix in 23 was the last time Quartararo was on the podium. As you mentioned, pre-commentary, although he did briefly lead the sprint yesterday, this is the first time he's led a main Grand Prix since the Sachsenring in 2022, when he moved over 90 points clear of Bagnaia at that stage of the season. We thought it was a foregone conclusion that he was going to successfully retain the championship, and of course he just fell apart in the second half of the campaign, eventually lost that season to Bagnaia. Talking about the Italian, just not really making any kind of significant inroads, is he, towards Quartararo and Alex Marquez? Is Bagnaia, is this a ploy where he's just content, just happy to sit off those two ahead of him, just to maybe protect the front tyre pressure and front tyre temperature on that Michelin front, or is he under the cosh? Is this as fast as he can go?
Well, he said yesterday, didn't he, that he couldn't get within that sort of half second, 7/10 of a second of Alex Marquez through the entire sprint. Just couldn't go anywhere, just had to ride around in third place, was under no threat from behind, and she isn't in this particular Grand Prix, but not able to make any inroads up ahead. But we still have a long way to go. We are not at half distance in what has already been an extraordinary Spanish Grand Prix, as we watch the two factory KTMs in their battle for 9th place. Quartararo's lead did come down on that lap, and the lead is now gone. Alex Marquez strikes at the start of lap 11.
Alex Marquez decides this is his time. He hits the front here in Jerez, right in front of the Marquez grandstands. Is Alex Marquez and now on course for his first ever MotoGP victory. Of course, decisive in the championship, that move as well, because it does now mean that he leads going to the French Grand Prix in Le Mans in 2 weeks' time. Fabio Quartararo will get a hero's reception in Le Mans anyway, but it will get an even bigger one if he is to somehow fight back and win this battle. Straight away though, Alex Marquez has gapped the factory Yamaha start. On the brakes we go into turn 6. Get immediately through the first half of this lap 11 of 25, Alex Marquez has found nearly 4/10 of a second on Quartararo.
I've followed Fabio for long enough. Now is the time to attack, and Alex Marquez attacked ruthlessly and definitively into turn 1, parked it up the inside, and Fabio Quartararo had no choice at that stage but to give it up from there. He was unable to tip it in. You can hear on our voices the huge roar from the grandstand as Alex Marquez's lead is already up to half a second. Quartararo's Yamaha is moving around. He really is trying hard to try and keep up with Alex Marquez, but at the moment it looks as if he's unable to do so.
Yeah, and what have you got, Bagnaia? This is going to be potentially another Grand Prix where Marc Marquez is out of contention and Bagnaia is flat out just to beat Alex here. Got to find a way through, hasn't he, quickly on the Yamaha rider, if he's any hopes of hunting down the 73. Over the line we go then. This was the lap that Alex Marquez hit the front and straight away he's built an advantage of pretty much 3/4 of a second. Quartararo then back into second place. And Bagnaia a couple of tenths further back in third place. Vinales, Yamaha was now in one over the last couple of years. Right at the end of what's felt like a very dark tunnel for the Iwata factory. Clearly has developed here this weekend in Spain. I don't think anybody would have thought coming into this Grand Prix weekend that Quartararo would be on pole and taking second place in the Grand Prix. Can he take any more points back? Marc Marquez. Carlos Alcaraz then, the tennis sensation. Unfortunately, his hero, the rider who he came to watch, produced some magic here in Jerez. Well, it all went wrong, didn't it, very early on for Marc Marquez when he crashed out at turn 8.
Moments that he's spending behind Aleix Espargaro could potentially cost him a point later on. Aleix Espargaro is 1.8 seconds back from Alex Rins, and of course the second lap that Marc Marquez was taking out of those in front of him was halted as he almost ran into the back of Raul Fernandez on the previous lap. Aleix Espargaro going in a little bit hot, the gap opens up and then very quickly closes in Marc Marquez.
At the end of this Grand Prix, he now goes through into turn 7. Surely now Alex Marquez will be victorious. He will reign in Spain in 2025.
Saw his father Julian Marquez in the box. We now look at him. He